Match Fishtank Unit 6, Lesson 8, Anchor Problems. So an inequality is different from an equation in that it's just not equal. There are multiple types of inequalities. We can, of course, have something that's greater than, greater than, as we do in this equation. We could have something that's less than. We could have something that's greater than or equal to. Notice how that's kind of a combo symbol. Or we could have something that's less than or equal to. Any of those symbols give us an inequality. Now, technically, we could also have not equal to, but we don't usually consider those part of the inequalities when we're analyzing them in this way. So when we're looking at an equation, usually there's only one way to solve, or sometimes two, as you'll get to a little later on. And in this case, 8 times 4 is the solution to the equation, because 8 times 4 is the only thing that gives the only value of x that gives us 32. However, when we're looking at our inequality, we want 8 times something to be greater than 32. So in this case, 4 doesn't work because 8 times 4 is equal to 32. But 4.5 does, and 5 does. Interestingly, if we had said 8 times x is greater than or equal to 32, then all of those items in the set would be a solution to that inequality. It's really helpful to be looking at sets of numbers and trying to figure out what makes solutions to inequalities to kind of get a handle on what they mean. So here we have this inequality, 1 3/10 times x minus 2, and we want that to be less than 7. I'm simply going to start with a and start solving. Okay, so 1 3/10 times 0 is 0, minus 2, which would give me just negative 2. Negative 2 is definitely less than 7, so 0 works. Let's see, for 3, 1 3/10 times 3. I may need to go off to the side here and do a little scratch work for this. So 3 9/10 minus 2 would be 1 9/10, which is definitely less than 7. Yes. All right, 1 3/10 times 7. Sorry, it kind of runs into each other there. Is 9 1/10. 9 1/10 minus 2 is going to be 7 1/10. So that doesn't work. Okay, that's great. That means that anything greater than 7 isn't going to work on here. So I can eliminate C because 10 is greater than 7. And I can eliminate D. But for B, 2 will work because it's less than 7. 4 will work. 6 will work. So B is a possibility for numbers that will work in this inequality. And as a matter of fact, anything smaller than those ones will also work, like we saw with the 0 there. All right, 3. So we have Isabel and her box. Okay, so for Isabel's box, I'm going to look through and try to determine, I'm out of time. I'll come back to this.